The Immigration Podcast. Hey, and welcome to episode 2 of the Moving to Canada podcast. I am rejoined with James. Let's say hello again, James.
Thank you for having me back.
No problem. Thank you for coming. So now I want to talk specifically just on adapting to life in Canada, specifically more so than England and what you miss. Being in Canada, what is your new favourite food?
Yeah, it was definitely not poutine, I'd say that. I'm not a big fan of the poutine. A lot more fish. I do enjoy a lot more fish over here.
Okay.
Apart from that, quite similar really. Like a lot of pasta, a lot of Italian food, similar to that.
Okay. And what was the best thing you discovered about Toronto since moving here?
The best thing about Toronto would be is that there's much more of a vibrancy about the city.
Okay.
There's much more, everyone's a lot more outgoing, a lot more social, there's a lot more, especially in the summertime. Like the summertime, it's amazing in Toronto. I think it's because the harsh winters, everyone just wants to be out and about, and a lot more people doing like barbecues and just a lot more social.
Yep, and it was something you were able to do here but not back home.
Have a swimming pool in my own house. That's a good one there.
That is a great point. So was it difficult to catch on to the slang, or did you feel it was similar to English?
No, everyone imitates the English. Everyone watches these English programs and wants to sound like you, but no one does sound like us.
And how about job-wise? Was it easy to find a job in Canada?
Job-wise, my first job I got here was just working in the bar. Getting a bar job is very easy. It's not too difficult. But after I finish this, I'll be looking to get more back into the professional field.
Okay. And how easy was it to find housing over here?
Housing was so much more easy than England. I found the place I live now. I found on Kijiji. I met the guy, and once he saw we had a job and paid first last a month, that was it. It was literally within a space of 3-4 days. No agents, no estate agents, nothing like that. It was nice and easy, really. Perfect. And you still at the place that you first picked? I'm still here after a few wild parties. I'm still here.
And what about the friend situation? You seem quite an outgoing person. How easy was it to find friends? And if you did struggle, how did you overcome it?
Finding friends here was so easy. Everyone, especially working in the bar. A bar's a good place to start off with because you meet so many people day in, day out. So many people coming in and out the bar, and the bar you meet people every day. Is such an easy thing to do. Make friends.
Perfect. And my last question is: do you have any recommendation for somebody who is moving from England over here?
Have no worries, no fears. You've got nothing to lose. Just go for it. You can make friends. You can get a job easily. Just don't move in the winter time. Just come summertime first. Get yourself settled.
That's a great idea because being -10 every day is not exactly the best conditions. Thank you very much again, James, for being a wonderful guest on our podcast. And unfortunately, Matthias couldn't be here for today's podcast, but he did interview another person who has immigrated over to Canada and wanted to get some feedback from her. So over to you, Matt, and let us know what she thinks.
Thanks, Lewis. So I had the opportunity of interviewing my friend Kainat, who came here all the way from Pakistan, and she's been here for a couple of years now. She's come over here for school. She's currently at York University. So I got to ask a lot of the same questions you asked our friend James. And so one of the first questions I asked was, what was one of your newfound favorite foods that you were able to discover since moving here?
I hated poutine, but I got the chance to try this thing called Lizzie's. It's like Mediterranean food. I think it's like a spicy rice, and then you can throw like chicken or beef or fries. It was really good. Like I really, really liked it.
Awesome. So much like James, you hated poutine. But what was one of your favorite things you've learned or you've experienced so far moving to Toronto?
So many different kinds of people that are so comfortable being whoever they are. And it was really exciting to see that literally, and then also through the street art that was present all over Toronto. In my first 2 or 3 weeks here, I'd like walk around the city and see just murals all over buildings. I got to see Graffiti Alley, and there was just so much interest and so much just, everything.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. I think just walking outside and seeing so many different cultures is definitely not only welcoming, it makes this place even feel more like my home, more like an open door. Like I'm not just seeing the same faces every day. It's very refreshing and very comforting, and I love about this place. So much different art, so much different styles. What's the main difference you've noticed between here and Karachi in Pakistan?
What's the main difference between here and back home? The biggest difference between here and Karachi is definitely the weather, the temperature to start with. It is ridiculously cold here, and alternatively, it's ridiculously hot there, so that's a big difference. There's also a huge difference in culture, in the sense that in Toronto, it's very much where everybody's involved in their own individual lives, and there isn't as much of a close-knit community, but that works two ways, where in Pakistan and Karachi, although there is very close-knit community, it sometimes is also that for the worse, where nobody really minds their own business. So it goes two ways in that sense.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like anywhere you go, you'll always find the groups of people you want to be around and surround yourself in. And I feel like for you as well, you've definitely found your community, and but you do seem like a very outgoing person that you don't want to just stop at that. You want to keep growing that community. Last question here. Tying into the community part, was it hard at all for you to reach out, find new friends, find sort of a social life moving here?
Not really. Again, I'm a very outgoing person, so for me, no. Even for people that I've seen who aren't as open and outgoing as I am, they also find it fairly easy to make friends. From what I've noticed, they just tend to stick more to their own culture. When you're just like a little more vocal and stuff, it's easier to make friends cross culture. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to James and Kanat for joining us this episode. I feel like we definitely learned a lot. Nice little contrast to see between two very different countries and two very different personalities, I would say, but a lot of it ties in. At the end of the day, we're all people looking to live in this beautiful city and have this amazing opportunity to live in this beautiful city. So thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful day.